All right. Back to item number two, the applicant is requesting a conditional use permit for the development of a self-storage facility with outdoor vehicle and recreational vehicle storage. Do we have a staff report?
Yes, Chairperson, designate, the presentation will be made by contract planner Juan Galvan.
Uh, good evening, Mr. Chairperson and Planning Commissioners. My name is Juan Galvan. Today, I will be presenting to you an application for a conditional use permit, pen number 22-0251, to allow the construction of a self-storage facility with outdoor vehicle and recreational storage. Project site is located south side of Fox Springs Road, west of Day Street, within the community with a community commercial district on a 3.11 acre vacant lot. The proposed project is consistent with the goals and policy and objectives of the city's general plan, as well as the requirements of the community uh, commercial district and the city municipal code. The proposed project consists of three buildings, Building A, B, and C. Building A will be 3 stories tall with approximately 128,235 square feet building with 724 storage units and with a 825 square foot office space. Building B and C will be a single story buildings. Building B will be approximately 2,750 square feet building with 15 storage units, while Building C will be approximately 3,600 square feet with 19 storage units. The proposed project includes a total of 40 on-site parking spaces consisting of 10 standard parking spaces for customers and staff and 30 covered spaces designed for vehicle and RV storage within the interior of the project site. Outdoor parking spaces will be provided for the vehicle storage that will be included in 2 detached storage canopies designed to accommodate the RVs. The proposed building elevations have been designed to reflect a contemporary modern architectural style, vertical and horizontal wall plane articulation, projected wall planes, and variation of plane height using various materials on all sides of the buildings are included in Building A to create a visual interest along Box Springs roof frontage. Building B will include walls with split face precision block wall with stucco, metal rib panels, and metal roll-up doors. The proposed conceptual landscape plans provide enhanced landscaping treatment around the perimeter of the project site, along the frontage, and throughout the project site designed to meet the municipal code requirements. A community benefit offered by the applicant to the city of Moreno Valley include for the following: 350,000 donation to the Moreno Valley Community Foundation, installation of missing street improvements on the south side of Box Springs Road along the width of the subject property, grind and overlay of Box Springs Road to the northern curb for the width of the subject property. Staff recommends that the Planning Commission adopt resolution number 2024-15 and thereby determining that the proposed project is conditional use permit pen 22-0251. Is category exempt from the provision of the California Environmental Quality Act, CEQA, as Class 32 exemption under CEQA guidelines section 15332 infill development projects, and approving the proposed project conditional use permit pen 22-0251 based on the recitals, evidence contained on the administrative records, and findings as set forth in resolution, subject to the attached conditional approval. This ends staff report. If you have any comments, I'm here to answer. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any commissioner questions for staff?
Is this going to have a live-in tenant or a live-in manager on it?
No.
Okay. And are they allowing big rigs to be stored there, or is it just going to be RV and like boat storage?
It's just RV and also of personal vehicles.
Do you know the construction? It's a three-story building. Is this going to be tilt-up construction, tilt-up concrete, or is it going to be CMU block? Or what kind of exterior wall this three-story building? Maybe it's a question for the applicant.
Yeah, that may be a question better suited for the applicant.
Any other commissioner questions for staff? Okay, would the applicant like to speak?
If we can have the applicant,
Yeah. I was gonna say.
Hi, Commissioner. My name is Dan Zeroni. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. We appreciate consideration, all of staff's work over the past 2.5 years working this project. I feel like staff's report is sufficient, so I won't be making a presentation, but I am here to answer questions if there are any.
Okay, any commissioner questions for the applicant?
Chair, I have a question for the applicant.
Certainly.
Thank you for coming and visiting our city. The question I have is, what are the hours of operation for the facility and the tenants' accessibility for their property?
So I believe the hours of operation, we haven't finalized operating plans, but will be consistent with the city's requirements. It's not a 24-hour facility. It's based on the business hours of the regulations within the city.
Thank you, sir.
The construction of this, is it going to be tilt-up construction for the three-story building?
So we actually haven't started the construction plans at this point. My belief is it is concrete tilt up, but I'm not entirely sure at this point.
And that's 3 levels, so you'll have a deck on each first, second, and third level.
Correct. That's my understanding. That's my understanding.
Thank you.
I have a question. I counted in the city, there's about 14, 15 self-storage facilities, more or less. What did you see here that made you or made your team, make this type of storage facility? Was there need? And of course, there's that RV vehicle storage.
So we actually are not going to be the operators of this facility. We're the developers. And we had 4 different self-storage companies come bidding on this particular project. So there was quite a bit of demand. I think it's based on the location. I think it's based on the price and convenience of the land. But there was quite a bit of demand from people who understand this market quite well. We didn't have a problem finding a buyer, but we have gone through this entire process up until this point so that we can present it to them in a ready state.
Thank you.
Since you are the developer and you're actually not going to be running this, I don't know if you can answer this question, but security, would you think they would have 24-hour walking security, or would it be camera, or?
My understanding is that it's 24/7 camera security. My understanding of their other facilities is they have cameras that are monitored 24/7, so that the security guards, if they see something happen, they actually speak through the cameras to whatever potential intruders or problems they have. It's not physical people, but there is a contingent of people. I believe they're actually in Nevada who watch it 24 hours a day, and if something happens, they can speak directly. It's a very impressive system that has worked very well in the past.
That just takes a long time to get there if you actually need a man on the ground.
Yeah.
And that
I
is a
was
long
going
way away.
to caution the commission about going too deep into security on
I
a
was just curious
public
of what
public
kind of-
venue.
Thank you.
We know that there will be security there, and we just don't want to open up open up a window for those that are watching that might say, "Hey, wait, there's nobody there," So we want to just caution the commission about deep security issues. Are there any other commissioner questions for the applicant? Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
At this time, we'd like to open the public testimony. The clerk will call upon each person who has requested to speak. Each member of the public wishing to speak will have a maximum of 3 minutes to speak on this agenda item. Do we have any public comments?
No public comment.
See, that just messes me. All right, generally, I'd ask if you have any additional informations that nobody took. My screen just went blank.
My colleague reminded me that it's a climate-controlled self-storage, which is, from my understanding, a little unusual in the area. So it's going to be an amenity that some of the other places don't have.
Okay. All right, if there's no public speakers, then we'll close the public testimony and move on into deliberations unless the commissioner wants to go to a motion in a second.
I actually like the facility. I've always liked these type of things, and I think this one is going to be unique, even though we do have some, but they're just kind of like mundane, you know. And this one, it has a lot of things going for it, and that area, I don't really believe we even have one in that area. So I think it's going to be a benefit, and like he said, there is a market out there for it. He doesn't have a problem. You know, it's not some building that's going to be built and then nobody's going to occupy or use. So I'm really for this. I'm just like, unless somebody else has something to say, I'm ready to approve it.
I just happened to fall in that category at one time when I was moving between, so the first purchase of a home way back, well, not too far back. And it was amazing how you could not find storage in the city of Moreno Valley. I thought there were quite a few of them, but they fill up fast. And somebody might be transitioning from an apartment to a home or whatever, and they need to put their stuff in there for a little while, and they are full. So we commend you. I say, yeah, we really need it. I know folks will think, no, we don't need storage, but I tell you what, they fill up really fast. So you'll probably be very successful.
Mr. Chair, I have a
Sure.
comments. I would just like to say this facility, I like it because it looks like a office building. So if you're driving to Box Springs, you probably wouldn't even notice it in the upscale. It's a premium quality storage facility with the best quality of appearance and with upscale landscaping for screening. But also I think about the apartments around there and the other single home family homes around there. Could you imagine, you know, when I lived in an apartment, it'd been nice to have a storage center where I could just put my stuff off there and I had to go 50 miles out of the way. I'm just exaggerating, but the point is, it's in close proximity to where people live. So if you live in those apartments around there, it'd be easy for you to store your stuff, and the single family got things, and maybe the gardeners who have equipment and stuff could store it over there. But also too, I like the fact that, like I said, the architectural designs. And so to me, it provides more privacy to the surrounding neighborhoods. And it's cool. It looks, like I said, it looks like an office building. You drive up, you wouldn't even notice it. So anyway, that's what I have to say. Thank you.
Any other comments, or anybody want to make a motion in a second?
I'd like to make a motion to
You want me to give it a shot while you're looking for that?
Commissioner, you may also just motion to adopt staff's recommendation.
okay, I'd like the motion to adopt staff's recommendation. I like that simple. Yes.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Okay, and the motion does carry. Do we have a staff wrap up?
Yes, Commissioner, I'll get used to this. The action of the Planning Commission is an appealable action. Anyone wishing to appeal the decision of the commission must do so by filing an appeal application with the Community Development Director within 10 days, accompanied by the appropriate application filing fee within 10 days of this action.
Thank you. All right, we'll move on to item number 3. The applicant is requesting a plot plan and tentative